presentation of the Oregon Sports Network.
And Oregon is going to play in the national championship game.
Kudos to the fans.
We knew we could always count on those guys to show up and make it an unbelievable atmosphere.
Our fans are so passionate about our team.
He caught it. He caught that ball. That's a touchdown.
3 at the buzzer. Whether it be at the Jane or at PK Park or Autzen or MKA or wherever, boy, did they come strong.
You're a fan of the Ducks. I mean, you need to get involved with that deal.
Top of the arc, 3, 10! Gets one a ton toward the flag. God!
You can just see it in the way they cheer and the way that they get into the game.
Probably tells you how special Oregon is.
This is Duck Insider on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield, presented by OnPoint Community Credit Union. People are the point. Now let's go live to the Country Financial Studio to talk Oregon Duck athletics.
It's Friday, August 21st, and it's starting to feel more and more like football. I'm in a quarter zip today. Scott's in a quarter zip today. Our OSN broadcast intern extraordinaire, Harry Satrakian, is in the studio today. We've brought back the students. The students are coming back. Suddenly, our internship, our interns, they're starting to show up again. And it's starting to feel like football season. If you're live with us in the 1 o'clock hour, Oregon volleyball is in action at Matthew Knight Arena. They're taking on Utah as part of an exhibition here today. Best of luck to Trent Kirsten's team. Valuable to go against somebody that isn't wearing green and yellow. Green and yellow scrimmage was valuable at Matthew Knight Arena last week. Now you get to go against someone else. See some film against someone else, really valuable. The Oregon football team's closing in on that, but first another intra-squad scrimmage coming up tomorrow. We'll have a breakdown of it on GoDucks.com and on the Quack Minute, and of course on Monday's show. And the preseason accolades continue to roll in for Oregon football. Today, the Bednarik Award watch list. Brandon Finney Jr., Mateo Iungale, and Amari Washington are on the preseason watch list for that Bednarik Award, presented to the outstanding defensive player in college football. Regardless of position, you play defense, you can win the Bednarik Award. It's been presented since 1994. Finney, Washington, previously on the Nagurski Trophy watch list. That makes sense, right? And you talk, too, about a guy like Mateo Iungale, who just shows up on All-American lists his entire career, preseason, postseason. Mateo Iungale, Brandon Finney Jr., Amari Washington on the Bednarik Award watch list today. And you talk about it feeling like football season, feeling like the fall. Oregon women's soccer on the road against a very, very, very good Santa Clara team. The Ducks were down 1-0 less than 3 minutes into the match. Let's just say a foul that was called away from the ball that did not go Oregon's way. But then the Ducks rallied for a 1-1 tie against the 2026 preseason West Coast Conference favorites in Santa Clara. Santa Clara is routinely toward the top of that conference. This is not a easy non-conference road trip. Here's what Tracy Joyner said post-game after the draw. Today was a battle between two very good teams. We both had chances to win the game. Lots for us to learn and grow from moving forward. The Broncos are now 1-0-2. Got that penalty kick in the 3rd minute following a coach's challenge video review, but then Carly Cormack for the Ducks, who is now becoming a routine name that we discuss during the recaps. Scored the equalizer in the 22nd minute, took a pass from who else but Shiloh Baird, the outstanding freshman that's been really, really good. One-time shot, bottom of the net at the far post. And then Gray Wilson in goal for the Ducks made 4 saves as the Ducks defense fended off 6 Bronco shots in the final 7 minutes to preserve the draw. The Ducks are now 2-0-1 through 3 games. Undefeated is right, as Scott else in the studio. Scott's fired up today. I say it's football weather. Scott's in a court. You know what else Scott did today? Scott built a storage cabinet. Bravo, Scott. Well done. Scott built a new storage cabinet. Man, that is such dad vibes that you're excited for a new garage storage cabinet. Am I right? Yeah. Jerry Allen, the voice of the Ducks, going to be with us today as we continue to talk Oregon football. And we're going to zero in on the linebackers to start today. Brian Michalowski and Jerry Mixon recently broke down fall camp. Coach B. Mike, as the guys call him, he's been pretty clear that the Ducks haven't needed to go to the transfer portal for a lot of linebackers. They really haven't in the last couple years. And a guy like Jerry Mixon's a big reason why. Veteran of the group, getting more and more comfortable in a leadership position. Brian Michalowski, his position coach, breaking down fall camp.
So obviously we're going to get to talk to Jerry today. What have you seen from him these last couple of weeks and as camp has started to develop?
Yeah, Jerry's done a great job in fall camp. His experience within the defense is really showing. Playing confident, playing fast, leading others. Doing just playing his style of game, right, which is attacking the football, and I'm seeing that confidence really show with him.
Yeah, back to Jerry. What did you want to see from him heading into this fall camp?
Yeah, hey, the big thing is we have to communicate across the defense at an extremely high level. He was a little bit more to the field last year with how we packaged him and Bryce. So a little bit more removed from the box, so just want him to really be that voice to the entire defense. That's one emphasis that I've made with him. He's a very talented athlete. He's great in the pass game. He's really improved some of his run fit mechanics and striking with hands. So he's been working hard on those things.
And Jerry, he's mentioned before he's wanted to be more of a vocal leader out there as well. Where has he been out there as far as that being more of that vocal leader that he mentioned he wanted to be this year?
Yeah, he's a leader in the style of he's very close with a lot of his teammates. So it starts with that connection that he has with his teammates. But the confidence and vocal leadership on the football field comes from knowledge and just really having that voice command. So he has a lot of experience. He has a lot of knowledge within the defense, and he's doing a good job communicating thus far.
Keeping the Jerry question train rolling, obviously. Talking about vocal leadership, how do you work on that? Because other than just telling a guy, hey, we need you to be more vocal, is it just consistent reminders throughout, fall camp and stuff, or what does that look like?
Yeah, the development is something that college football is all about, and I take a lot of pride in development as well. And one of the practices that I do with all my linebackers is I'll go around to them at the beginning of practice during stretch lines. I ask them, hey, what do you want to really emphasize today? So I ask them what they want to get better at, and they drive their development. So if I'm really pushing communication to them in the meeting room, in the classroom, usually the players will come out that next day and know what they have to get better at. So it's just make it important to them. If it's important to them and if it's something that they want to get better at, they'll attack it. And that's really kind of my methodology when it comes to development.
So much has been said about Devin entering fall camp for the first time healthy in a while and how important that would be for your room. Halfway through, what can you just kind of assess where he's at and just kind of the development he's been able to have being healthy and how it's translating?
Yeah, another player that has a lot of experience in this defense, and one saying that we have around here is you get better playing football by playing football, and so he's been able to stay healthy and keep his body, in the prime condition that it's in. So he's flying around. He's playing extremely physical. He had a great spring ball for us. He's doing a lot of those same things in fall camp. He's leading the defense with, a lot of vigor as well. So he's doing a great job.
Yeah, kind of midway through fall camp here. How have the freshmen kind of performed so far, and maybe how did they do kind of in their first scrimmage action?
Yeah, I think anytime you come into college, there's a big adjustment. So they're learning on the fly, and they're getting the opportunities. We do a lot of two-spot at practice, so everyone gets reps. Everyone has an opportunity to get better. Again, you get better playing football by playing football. They're having that opportunity. They have bonus meetings. They're doing their fair share, and they're looking to contribute any way that they can. But as we approach the season, right, I think it's really important that the team understands roles and accepts those, and they're very, very much team players as well.
In the spring, you talked about every guy having practice with the green dot. Is that still the case in fall camp? And if it's not, who are you using at the green dot right now? And just how do you test that out? Who can do it?
Yeah, everyone that's on the field pretty much has a green dot. So in my room, so it's honestly, Coach Hamp has actually said this as well, but it's a little overrated. We signal, the communication is basically the play call, right, which is pretty simple stuff. So, but these guys, they take pride in echoing it. But it's always been that way too. It doesn't matter if you have the green dot or not. You have to echo the call. You have to echo the front communication, the coverage communication. It's just Coach Hamp in your ear.
Obviously, you're not going to give away all the cards, but Coach Aragi talked a little bit about Nasir Wyatt's versatility and somebody that can play in a lot of different positions on the field. What's the value of having guys like that in other position rooms that you might be able to rely on?
Yeah, Nas is a tremendous pass rusher, but he's developed, immensely in terms of the run game as well, and known multiple spots. We're multiple defense. I think anyone can watch our tape last year and look that we have different packages and all that. But I think what Coach Hamp is very aware of is getting our best 11 on the field, and utilizing players for their strengths. So we'll find opportunities to utilize Nas's strengths and go from there.
Position versatility has been a bit of a topic defensively this fall camp. Guys, not only in the secondary, able to play safety, corner, and potentially star that nickel spot for the Ducks in their defense, but then a guy like Nasir Wyatt, who was referenced there, that can maybe play an inside linebacker spot, an edge pass rush spot. That position versatility can be real valuable. Someone who's very versatile, Jerry Allen.
Especially at the dinner table.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Jerry Allen, the voice of the Ducks, is here. He was going to make a grand entrance, but then we were listening to Coach B. Mike. And so do you want to try again?
Nah. I'll wait to a different day.
That's ominous.
I want to shock you. I don't want you to know what's coming. I'm going to come in with one of those big water squirt guns just inside the door. And yeah. With Kool-Aid. Sticky.
Jerry's here. It's a Friday.
Where's the food?
See, it's starting to feel like football season.
Where's the food?
Next week.
Come on, Sarge.
Yeah,
He's got doesn't he have to do like a run-through, like a scrimmage food?
Yeah, that's next week.
Okay.
Back after this on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
As a local community credit union founded by teachers, OnPoint is committed to supporting the students and faculty at the University of Oregon. And on game day, we're right there with you, on the field, in the bleachers, and in the classrooms. Drop by one of your local branches today and discover the many ways OnPoint can help support your financial well-being. OnPoint Community Credit Union. People are the point. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
Jan on the street. Hi, it's Jan from Toyota. Summer's not over at the national sales event, so I'm taking to the streets to see how people are keeping summer fun going with a new Toyota. Excuse me, sir. How are you making summer last longer with your Toyota?
Dropping my BZ to the park to play kickball with friends. Kickball is life.
Love the passion. Jan on the street.
Event ends August 31st. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
You're listening to Duck Insider. Duck Insider on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Don't act like that. Don't wear that. Don't think that. I've heard everything you tell yourself every time you felt different. And I want you to know that you can be vulnerable and powerful. That taking care of your mind is taking care of everyone you love and who loves you. Love your mind. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Hey, how are finals coming along?
Good, Mom. It's not easy. But then I remember how hard you would study at the Adult Literacy Center to finish your high school diploma. And it motivates me to keep going.
You're right. Hitting the books after a long day at work was tough. But getting my high school diploma opened new opportunities for us.
Totally. It's so inspiring.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
I left my heart in Oregon. Oh, I left my heart in Oregon.
Stuck Insider presented by OnPoint Community Credit Union. Joey Mack, Jerry Allen here in the Country Financial Studio. Fridays during football season tend to be filled with Jerry, Georgie, and I just having all kinds of fun. John Sargent comes in. We sample some concessions. And we've got a 0-week football game in the Big Ten, which means that next Friday the guys are going to be here. And, Jerry, I have a confession to make.
Uh-oh. Should I record this?
Yeah.
Make sure this is on tape.
Okay. It's being recorded. Okay. So, not to give too many spoilers, especially with Jasmine and Coulter here in the room, in the studio currently. Not to give too many spoilers, but there were ice baths involved in the making of a film.
Ooh.
And we had an extra. Oh. And that extra is currently sitting in a, I will not say storage location because you will be able to find it and you can get to it. But we made sure to keep one of the ice baths.
Oh, no.
And we know that it will fit in the studio.
Oh, no way.
It can be blown up and set up in the studio. And Coulter has already volunteered to help us set it up.
Coulter, can you be bought off? Money involved? Food?
Name your price. So, for those that don't remember, last year we made it a little more interesting. It wasn't just the winner, it was also the loser. And then for some reason, these two agreed to have both of them be the losers and go in. Remember, it was only supposed to be the guy in last place.
Which wasn't me.
I know.
Why did I? Can we replay that tape? I don't remember agreeing to that.
You both agreed to it. I was shocked. Shocked.
I'm very shocked right now, too.
Not as shocked as when you get in the
No,
ice bath
I know.
later.
Georgie and I both agreed that we do it in the river.
Yes, and so I did not. Georgie has doubled down that he wants to go to the river, and Scott's going to go film it and do the whole thing.
All right, okay.
But I just wanted you to know that this had been months in the making with the ice bath, and we have an ice bath ready
That would
in
not
case
have
you
been
need it.
good. That would not have been. I mean, you'd be purchasing all kinds of new equipment because it would be wet in the entire studio.
So that's picks coming up
right.
next week. We get back
Can
to
we do
picks.
double or nothing this season?
Oh, wait, you know what? No, here's what it was.
Okay.
So heading into the Big Ten championship,
right?
You were in last place. You, Jerry Allen.
Short memory. I don't remember.
And Georgie did not pick the Big Ten championship correctly, which meant that you guys tied at the end of the year. That's what it was.
Okay.
You both were losers.
I didn't think I would agree to jump into an ice bath if I finished ahead of him.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
But for some reason, though, I think you guys agreed then, too, like, well, we both lost, we'll both do it. And then in the bonus bowl season pick'em, you guys both got 6 right. So we could flip a coin.
Okay. All right.
Picks returning next Friday.
I think it'd be more fun if we both jump in, though.
I think it would be too.
Yeah. Okay. We agreed to do that.
Honestly, I might follow you in. We'll see how we'll see how warm it is that day.
Well, is it the Mackenzie or the Willamette?
Whatever you want.
Well, the Mackenzie's a lot colder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Willamette right down here.
Willamette right down here. Okay.
Anyway, we got to do that.
We could do the Amazon Canal. We could do the canal.
That's right.
Right there. You'll
Scott
throw me.
Scott will throw you in.
You touch me, you're going in with me. Okay.
We have video evidence of Jerry being pushed into a body of water.
Ugh. Wow.
Years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't catch any fish that day.
No.
Not in the pool.
No. I ruined a microphone.
That's right.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Thank you, Joe Giansante.
Just go to the Goducks YouTube. You ever just need to occupy an afternoon? Go through the archives from 15, 20 years ago on the Goducks YouTube channel, and it's worth your time.
I can't believe I didn't say any bad words.
Well, you did, but the microphone broke, and we didn't hear them.
Okay, maybe that's it. Wow, what a memory.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Talking linebackers today, Jerry. And then second scrimmage tomorrow. Jerry and I will preview that a little bit more for you, but I did want to hit a couple things with you, Jerry, that we've been discussing. Like, you talk about the veterans of this team. There's a lot of guys that came back for the quote-unquote senior year. I personally still have to get used to saying freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, fifth year. And if I ever say the word redshirt again, well, I will, but they don't exist anymore.
No.
It's weird.
It is weird.
But there's a lot of guys that didn't even exercise that red shirt year as a freshman, and now they're back as seniors. And I think about the linebacking spot. A lot of those veterans that have kind of stayed the course, been in the program a while. I'm fascinated to see what the rotation looks like there.
Yeah, and what's interesting is, and Jordy and I talked about this a little bit, about maybe a guy that didn't really impress us that much last year, played a little bit, but what didn't stand out, you forget how much guys change from year to year. As you get older, you get more mature, you get more into the program. So I think we're going to see some guys that were on the team, played a little bit last year, but we didn't worry about them or think about them as being, quote, starters, that are going to end up being those guys this year. I think we're going to see guys bigger and stronger. I look at Zach Grace. I like him. I think he's going to be a guy that can play a lot of football for Oregon.
You know what's also just a starter in my mind? The beard is back. Those of you who are listening, I just need you to know that the beard has returned for another season.
And I majorly trimmed it this morning too. It was getting out there.
But it looks good.
Thank you. I appreciate that. My wife doesn't agree with you, but that's okay.
That's why you trimmed it.
That's why I trimmed it, and it wasn't enough. The kisses are still very limited in the Allen residence.
Let's hear from Jerry Mixon, Oregon linebacker, meeting with the media. There's a lot of conversation, too, about, like, you heard Coach Michalowski talk about the green dot, the communication. A little overrated when the defense is so on the field often in loud environments, right? But how you then communicate those signals, really important. Leadership.
Leader.
Jerry Mixon's that guy. Jerry Mixon with the media.
Hey, Jerry, what have the last 2 weeks been like for you, getting back to football, just getting into the grind and just kind of looking ahead to the season?
Really just focus on the details, refining little things, and as I progress, getting better until game day, and just really trying to be more of a leader, keep working on that each and every week. So I feel like I've been doing that a little bit better. I can improve a lot more, though.
Talking about improving as a leader, being more vocal is obviously something that coaches have brought up with you. I'm wondering, how do you work on that? Obviously, you can't change your personality necessarily as a person, but on the field, what does that look like?
Really just flipping the switch. I know I used to watch Luke Kuechly videos when I was younger. Say as a quiet guy, and then once you get on the field, you flip the switch. So really just flipping the switch, and really that talks about my personal life too, more communicating with my family more, stuff like that. I feel like that goes a long way. Communication, that works out everything. So just communicating with my teammates and getting the defensive line.
A couple weeks ago, Devin was named to that freaks list. Said he could run 24 miles an hour. There's been some speculation that that's not maybe as fast as he really is. But I'm curious, are you on Team 24, or do you think he's not as fast as that?
Who, me?
Yeah. No. What do you think about Devin?
Oh yeah, Devin for sure can reach that. It said 24, so I think he did 24. He's one of the fastest guys on the team. Yeah, I feel like he hit that before.
There's been a lot of talk about this defense has just been different this year, more dialed in, more connected. Can you pinpoint why? What's different about this fall camp than maybe your previous 3 fall camps?
I feel like we all know what's at stake, what the city of Eugene is hoping for, and what we are hoping for. And I feel like we put that pressure on ourselves because we raise the standard each and every year. So just going out there and knowing what's at stake, really just everybody hungry to go out there and play. So, we just going out there, practice every day, attacking each and every week so we can get better.
How has the transition been for you? Obviously, playing in different spots than you did when you were playing alongside Bryce.
It's really no different. I've been, since my freshman year, we've been moving around every time. We don't have like a specific MAC or money. So, we just move around and see what fits our play style the best. So we can show that in the game. And, we always been moving around since I've been here.
To follow up on just the connection, the performance of fall camp, what are the things that you guys see? It's not really stats in fall camp practice, right? Like there's things coaches track, but what are you seeing that says, yeah, that's different. We're better this year than the year before. What's giving you that feeling?
I feel like the effort for real. Everybody been flying around, making plays. Matter for younger or older, just all treating each other the same. And yeah, I feel like we've been having a lot of effort out there.
Coaches have talked about the possibility of an athlete like Nasir Wyatt dropping into more of a linebacker role. Like, what do you envision, when you think about a guy like that stepping into that type of position, given his athletic tools?
Yeah, if he was to do that, he's very athletic. I feel like he can play that position easily. He got a nice little wiggle bend to him, so and he's fast. So if he was to make that transition, I feel like that would be easy to him.
Beyond football, how has this, fall camp felt different to you? Being around the guys. Obviously, connection is a big part of what you guys do. But
yeah.
What do you feel about it?
Really just being, just like you said, connection. We all connected with each other. And really, we just all hungry. I think that's a big piece. Just all being hungry with each other and on the same page.
You mentioned you're focused on refining the little things. What are those little things that you're focused on? And at this point in your college career, do you feel like the game is starting to slow down for you a little bit out there?
Just like you said, refining little things is like tight feet in the box, no crossover, striking the blocks, hand placement, seeing keys, triangle keys before the play, stuff like that. And then just like you said, the game has slowed down a lot. Just reading offensive formations, what they like to do, tendencies, and then their best players. Teams like to get to their best players, so I think that slowed down a lot.
Right. You also mentioned that everybody out there is hungry. Who is that guy or group that you're battling it out with day in and day out that's really pushing you to that next level this fall camp?
We're gonna say the running backs for sure. We've been doing crossover Indy with them almost every day. So we got a brotherhood in the locker room, and we bring that to the field. No hard feelings. We just trying to get each other better. So I feel like the running backs and us, we've been pushing them too.
Speaking to those running backs, obviously Jordan Davison with a lot of physicality. Like, as a person in your position, how difficult can it sometimes be to deal with that physicality?
Me and Jordan from the Bay Area, so I've been seeing him since I was young. And so just facing a guy like him every day, we're not going to see too much running backs that play like him in the Big Ten. So, seeing that every day, his physicality just gets us prepared for the game.
You've talked about the leadership aspect that you've kind of embraced. What's been your interactions, your feelings on the freshman linebackers, Hodge, Phillips, just kind of bringing them along, getting them up to speed? I guess Gavin Nix too, as a redshirt freshman. Just getting those three guys ready to go for this season.
Really just asking them how they feel. Being away from family and fall camp so long, it's a long process. So just seeing how they feeling and tell them my story of how I came up. And just like they've been down in the meeting room asking a lot of questions, staying extra. So that they're going to pan out great.
Jerry Mixon, talking about growing as a leader, but I really loved his perspective. Guy who's been through a lot of fall camps now under this staff here at Oregon under Coach Lanning. Talking about the effort in camp and just the way that standard has risen. That was an unprompted answer that he gave just about how it feels this year. And I think that says a lot coming from a defensive leader, a guy who you figure is going to be on the field an awful lot for Oregon.
Well, he had moments last year, and we talked about, if he could play that way every down, he's got it. He's got what it takes, and that's why we think this year he's going to be that guy. And the leadership part of it is a critical part for if you're going to be compared to Bryce Betcher, but if you're going to be that kind of a guy, you've got to be that kind of a leader as well. So I really like another guy too, Let's call him Devon Jackson. Yeah. There's a Divin and Devon.
Yeah, we've got, and then yes,
yeah.
There's two Anthony
number
Jones.
Number 9. Let's go number 9.
Yeah.
I like him if he's healthy, which I think he is. Stays healthy. I think he can be a major contributor on that linebacker core.
Yeah, very fast.
Yeah, very fast.
An athletic linebacking core, to say the least.
Got to build depth. Got to build depth, though. That's what a big.
I think Dylan Williams is a big part of this too.
Yeah,
you heard Coach Michalowski talking a bit about some of the younger guys, and I think Dylan Williams is poised for that step forward. A lot of guys that are in that conversation. Similarly, at cornerback, Rashad Wadood. I'm going to tell a story about Coach Wadood when we come back, and let you listen into what the cornerbacks coach thinks about his group that has, again, a lot of depth and athleticism. Keep it here on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
As a local community credit union founded by teachers, OnPoint is committed to supporting the students and faculty at the University of Oregon. And on game day, we're right there with you, on the field, in the bleachers, and in the classrooms. Drop by one of your local branches today and discover the many ways OnPoint can help support your financial well-being. OnPoint Community Credit Union. People are the point. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
Winning doesn't happen by accident. It takes a playbook, one that works when the pressure's on. For 35 years, Morgan & Morgan has been that playbook for the injured, recovering more than $35 billion for our clients. This season, we're proud to partner with Oregon Athletics, because in football and in the courtroom, the right playbook gets results. Morgan & Morgan, proud partner of Oregon Athletics. Injured? Dial #law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you. 10150 Southwest 6th Avenue, Portland. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
This is Duck Insider, presented by OnPoint Community Credit Union on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and I dedicate a lot of my time going fast. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time-to-talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
It's 4 a.m., Monday, and you're literally sucking baby snot through a tube because she's congested. Man, that's love. And if you love her that much, love her enough to make sure she's buckled in the right car seat. To make sure your child's in the right seat for their age and size, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Duck Insider, presented by OnPoint Community Credit Union. Joey Mack along with Jerry Allen today. Ducks are practicing this afternoon, scrimmaging tomorrow as we head toward kickoff here in just a couple of weeks. I said I want to tell you a story about Rashad Wadood, and so I had him on the pregame show last year. And remember, this is one of the developments in the modern era of college football where more and more staff can coach on the field. Well, that means that you can have somebody like Rashad Wadood coaching the cornerbacks, even if he's not one of the coaches that goes out on the recruiting trail, right? That's one of the distinguishing factors. But he has so much respect from this entire defensive staff. The way that you can just tell, Rashad Wadood wears cleats to practice, and every time I see him, I'm like, he could go and cover a wide receiver still. Don't you think?
Oh, no, there's no doubt about it. I mean, he looks like he could be playing right now. There's no doubt about it. I mean, and I think that gains the respect of the guys you're coaching. Well, they're getting coached by a guy who isn't just coaching me. He could be out there playing with me. He could be a guy I got to go against and could probably beat me if I don't get my stuff together. So he's pretty impressive.
Yeah, he is.
He is.
Brandon Finney Jr., sophomore year,
Wow.
Big expectations. I think oftentimes Ife Obadego gets a little overlooked just because of the Brandon Finney factor nationally at times. And then Naeem Offord's continued to develop highly touted recruit and a number of young guys that factor in. And I come back again to the position versatility, that ability for the best 5 DBs to be on the field, some 6 DBs maybe sometimes be on the field. If they come from the cornerback room, the safety room, whatever, be a defensive back. And I think even like Rashad Wadood, Chris Hampton, the safeties coach, Wall, the defensive coordinator, both those guys see that versatility in action.
Yeah, it's like the versatility that we used to talk about along the offensive line. You want the guards to be able to play tackle positions, left to play right. So you have that versatility. If somebody goes down, you can move people around. I think in Oregon secondary this year, corners, safeties, there's going to be that flexibility and depth so that you can use guys in different ways, particularly if you get against a team that's got 2 dudes that can really do great receivers. You know, you can play and move guys around your strengths against your opposition strength. And I think Oregon secondary is going to have the option to do that this year.
Cornerbacks coach Rashad Wadood, brought to you by the Went Valley Cancer Institute and Research Center. Better cancer care close to home. Rashad Wadood.
Thoughts on Naeem Offord this fall and what you've seen from him in terms of his development?
Man, the growth has been tremendous. He's committed to working hard. He comes in to meet extra, watch extra film. He trains extra. His approach to the game is just that of a vet, you know. It's been really impressive to see. Very impressive to see. Stepping up, for sure.
Obviously, Brandon Finney had a great year last year. You know, how was he taking the success that he had last year and put it to work in the offseason? And, you know, what sort of expectations do you have for him this year and just kind of raising that level of play?
He just realizes last year doesn't matter. It's all about what you're going to do next. And that's his mentality and approach to everything. Just trying to find where he could grow at, find areas of weakness, things to improve on. Just taking it serious, being a true vet.
I'll complete the trifecta about Iffy. What's the next step for him? He kind of gets lost in the shuffle next to a guy like Brandon as a true freshman who had an All-American season. But just what's the next step for Iffy?
I mean, I don't think he gets lost in the shuffle, maybe the outside, but in the building, everybody knows he's a leader, he's a hard worker. All these guys push each other. So how it's viewed outside in is not how they view it. You know, they challenge each other, they support each other. They all about getting better.
Yeah, I know there were a couple freshmen that were able to contribute right away, but going back to Brandon, what do you think it was about him heading into last year that he was able to immediately see the field and have a big role?
He's driven, very driven, probably the most driven kid I've ever been around. Takes the game serious. He did everything he could, committed himself to not a specific result. Like his goal wasn't to come in and start or be an All-American, anything like that. He just wanted to get better. So regardless of what the outcome of his season was last year, he was going to put that same work in regardless. That's just who he is.
You mentioned for Brandon Finney that last year doesn't matter, but when you have the season that you did have as a freshman, does he kind of come in feeling that there's more eyes on him this year with that performance that he did have in that first year?
I don't think he views it that way. Whatever's going on outside has nothing to do with him. He's just focused on getting better, focus on himself, focus on what he's going to do next. So that's all.
What's the status of where's Dorian at fit in the room, and just kind of how is his progression coming along from missing last year?
Tremendous growth. Dorian's working hard. He's learning from the guys around him. A lot of those guys honestly came in as the same class, so they're all the same age, but just came in at different spots. Everybody has a different progression level. And Dorian's progression has been night and day. He's getting better. He's going to be a contributor for us this year. He's working hard. He's motivated by the guys around him. Again, they just all pushing each other.
Just having all those young guys, having all that experience and having people back, you know, how does that help get through camp right now and kind of project ahead to the season?
Having depth is amazing. You know, again, you got a lot of bodies. We 2 spots, so a lot of reps. Again, you got a lot of guys pushing each other. So that's all.
For a team with as much young talent and depth as y'all have, what can you say about the value of walk-ons turned scholarship players like Zach Grisham in the secondary who, you know, step into those type of roles?
Well, first of all, I love Zach Grisham. I've been with him. He's been here since I got here. Kid works hard. He's amazing. And again, we look at it. There's one standard in the back end, so it's not, oh, you're a walk-on or you're this or you're held to this. Everybody's held to the same standard. You know, you're only as strong as your weakest link. So we're pushing everybody in the room, walk-on, scholarship, starter, non-starter, doesn't matter. It's one standard, and everybody pushes each other to uphold that standard.
Players and other coaches have kind of talked about some of the plays that Devin's made in secondary for you guys, and just what's been his impact and just what's allowing him to just be in the discussion right now of that nickel spot.
Devin Jackson?
Benjamin.
Oh, Devon Benjamin.
Yeah,
yeah, he's doing his thing.
Yeah.
All around DB, plays corner, plays nickel. Very smart kid, works hard, pays attention to detail. He's grown tremendously since he got here in the spring. He takes the game serious. Again, he's not looking for a specific outcome. He's just trying to get better. He came here for development, and that's all he's focused on, as is the rest of these guys. They just focus on getting better, as is Azel Benag, as is Xavier Larice. All these guys is working as hard as possible. Jet Washington, they're all pushing each other.
You spoke about everybody just grinding to get better. Where do you feel like that position group has made the biggest strides during fall camp?
Like, it's truly the togetherness and committing to the grind and not their individual goals. Everybody wants to be this or that or whatever standing you're at on the team. These guys don't even see it as that. They just want to get better at football, and the way Coach Landon has his program built is just about growth. And I think this is the most bought in. I've been coaching for 9 years now. This is the most bought in team I've ever been around of guys wanting to be better for each other. And I think that's going to be a big separating factor for us.
That was a big endorsement, I thought, from Rashad Wadood. I mean, been around coaching, he said, for 9 years, and he's never seen a team that's just more connected in this way, wanting to push each other. And that you want that competition. It's such a fine balance, right? You want competition. You want to be able to look around your position group and say, I will beat you and I will play more than you. But also, I want the team to win. delicate balance to
No,
try to strike.
You want to be able to say, I'm going to knock you on your butt, and then I'm going to help you up, okay?
That's right.
And then I want you to knock me on mine, and then you help me up. That's what you want, that respect for each other, but also that respect means I'm going to push you way further than you think you can go. And I think this team does that. I really feel that. Yeah. The communication and the kind of brotherhood, it's different this year. Just different.
Hope it continues.
Yeah.
Wins make you feel good. That's for sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
Boise State on the horizon. Duck scrimmaging tomorrow, practicing this afternoon. More Duck Insider coming up. I haven't decided which interview to play yet. We're going to have Jerry pick when we come back after this on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
At Shadow Hills, we're more than just a country club. We're where family, fun, and connection come together. Enjoy our award-winning course, vibrant year-round events, and the warm camaraderie of fellow members. Our all-inclusive event spaces offer both indoor and outdoor settings, perfect for weddings, business events, holiday parties, and more. Whether you're in search of championship golf, lively social gatherings, or simply a welcoming community to call home, Shadow Hills is the place where you belong.
Hey Duck fans, at Country Financial, they make insurance easy. Whether you're shopping for home, auto, or more, their representatives will take the time to understand your specific needs and explain what options work best for you. Worry less and feel more confident knowing you're covered. Visit countryfinancial.com to get started today. Experience more with Country Financial.
Auto and home insurance policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Preferred Insurance Company, and Country Casualty Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois.
More Duck Insider coming up on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind, like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Duck Insider, presented by OnPoint Community Credit Union. He's Jerry Allen. I'm Joey Mack in the Country Financial Studio. Fall camp continues for the Ducks. We still have tons of interviews that we've continued to, I don't even know, do?
Here,
perform, I don't know, whatever the right word is.
So we got, what choice do we have?
So I've been waiting to do the tight end focus until next week. But we've got Marcus Dixon and Andrew Olesh and Jamari Johnson that we could all play. Similarly, I've been waiting to do the wide receiver focus until Ross Douglas, wide receivers coach, meets with the media today. So DeCorian Moore, Evan Stewart. Or we could hear from Amari Washington, guy who was just named to the Bednarik Award preseason watch list today. So those are your choices. Or we could hear from the kicker, Gage Hurrick. Could hear from the kicker.
You know what? I like that.
Okay.
I like that.
Jerry's picking the kicker.
Yeah, let's go kicker.
Let's hear from Gage Hurrick. I'm making this really difficult on Scott Phillips right now, who just went imagine the quickest scroll of a mouse you've ever seen. He went all the way. Gage. So you got Gage?
No, okay, I'm changing my mind. Let's go with let's go.
Gage Hurrick, fall camp update with the Oregon kicker.
Gage, this is the thing you worked so hard for.
Yeah. Absolutely.
What does it feel like coming into this year knowing that you're most likely going to be the man out there kicking?
Yeah, it's a great feeling. It's something I've been working for the last 2 years, and really before that, long before that. I've been preparing for a long time, so I'm excited.
You got to get reps last year out there kicking extra points, which doesn't necessarily happen with you and Atticus switching off, just how much do you think that is going to help you coming into this season, already having some experience out there?
I think it's going to help a ton. Experience is something that people say I lack, but I got a lot of it last year and even the year before that. I played a little bit, and I've been preparing through all of practice. So, especially just going in the game, such a huge piece that I got to experience last year. So I'm grateful for that.
As a local guy, did you grow up watching Oregon, and what are some of the memories that come to mind?
Yeah, absolutely. I grew up watching Oregon. I mean, I feel like every kid from Oregon did. I have a specific memory actually in this Autzen club. I came here with a buddy, AJ Noland. His brother played on the team, so his family took me here. That was like my first Duck game experience, and from that day I knew I wanted to play here.
Yeah, what was it about it that attracted you, that really you liked about that experience?
I mean, just game day in Autzen's incredible. So that experience really made me want to become a player.
I think I saw on your Instagram a video of you doing a windmill dunk. I'm curious, what your background is, not what your vertical is, but what your background is in basketball, and just why post that?
Nothing really in basketball. I just always shot. Growing up, I enjoy basketball. I never really played, but it's just kind of to show that I'm an athlete. A lot of people view kickers as just like a robot going out there to kick the ball, but I want to show people that I'm an athlete.
For sure. So if push came to shove, they needed you to show your athleticism.
That'd be awesome. I'd love to do that.
Did you play any other positions growing up?
Yeah, I played receiver and corner in high school. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just chose kicking.
You're not just
No, I chose kicking.
You're kicking the catch. So we're going to see some throws to the kicker, maybe.
That'd be awesome. You can put in a word in.
Janoris says he's got a new touchdown dance already for him. So if he can get it,
hopefully, maybe I can get one. Who knows?
One of the things that Lorik talked about in the spring is just how mentally tough you are. How would you describe your own mental toughness?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think it's something I've been working on for a long time, especially coming here. It really tests your mental toughness. But, I just have my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ as my rock, and I feel like I lean on him in times of struggle or times of toughness, and that's just a huge piece of my mental strength.
How do you develop mental toughness?
Yeah, I mean, it's just through reps. It's like anything else. It's like practice. It's like how you develop your physical body, but it's just a mental body. You're working hard in practice, and a really big piece of it is honestly putting yourself in game mode in practice. If you're good at that, I feel like that translates so well to the game.
One of the things that Lanning said at Big Ten Media Day was he was most excited about your group and the offensive line because of all the changes that are going on and all the things that he was going to find out about this team. And I mean, you guys are replacing pretty much everybody on special teams. So
yeah, totally.
What is that like going into this fall camp, knowing that there's going to be a lot of fresh faces and that Lanning's excited about it?
Yeah, I agree with Coach Lanning. I'm super excited about it as well. We have a great group. Obviously we're replacing a lot of really talented guys, but we have great talent coming in and a bunch of hard workers, so I'm excited to see what they do.
Is it different that, you're not, the specialist room's there's battles at every position, right? It's not just your position.
Yeah.
Does that make it kind of different that literally everyone in the room is competing for a job?
I mean, not really. Every year we think that everybody's competing for a job because that's really how it is at this level. Anybody's replaceable. It doesn't matter how long you've played or anything. It's a competition for every role.
What did you learn from Atticus, just being around a guy like that was experienced as it was?
He was great. Something everybody knows about Atticus is just how hard of a worker he was. And that's something I really took from him and his competitiveness. He was such a competitor. It was always like me versus him in practice, but in a good way. And I came here not really viewing it as that. I viewed it more as like me versus myself, which I definitely still take that into games and still hold that to myself. But it helps being against another person, like especially in practice, because it pushes you harder.
And being a kicker, there's a lot of mental game in it.
Yeah.
For sure. How do you try to sharpen that?
Again, like I said to another reporter, it's my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I've been working on my relationship with God so much, and I feel like that's just a huge piece to my mental toughness.
Is there a routine you have going out onto the field that's related to that at all?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm in prayer kind of just constantly, but especially before I go kick every time. I'm in prayer on the sideline, and then I go out to the field and I just give glory to God.
It feels like there's been such a legacy over the last few years in terms of Oregon guys and the special teams unit. What does it mean to you to kind of carry on that Oregon special teams lineage?
Absolutely. A huge guy that comes to mind is Luke Basso. I feel like he was the face of the special teams here for a long time. He's a great dude, and I miss him here, but I just loved having him here, and I want to carry on like all the hard work that he put in.
long lead in. I saw a post from Aiden Schneider the other day, former kicker from Oregon, talking about the first time he walked out on the field. He was there because of an injury, but can you talk about the very first time you walked out on the field to make a kick here at Oregon?
Oh, man. Yeah, I remember it. I equally remember it super well and don't remember it because I almost blacked out, right? It's like my body was completely numb. Coach Lord came over and told me I was going in to kick and felt like all the blood drained down to my body. And I ran onto the field, and it was just like, I remember running onto the field and then running off the field. I don't really remember the kick, and I watched it on TV, like back, and I just had to like figure out if I made it or not or how it went. It was crazy.
He called it surreal. Is that how you describe it too?
Absolutely. It's you can't really explain it. Like you just have to experience it because words don't really describe it well enough.
Is it that same feeling when you put on a Ducks jersey as well, knowing a local guy to a local school?
Yeah, totally. It's hard to explain. It's hard to put into words. It's just like you got to experience it. It's such an incredible feeling.
What game was that? And was it last year, I'm assuming?
No, it was my freshman year. My first kick was a PAT. It was the last game of the regular season. I think we played Washington. Yes. I think it was Washington. Yeah, yeah. It was incredible. I'll remember that forever.
Was that, I forgive me, but I don't even, it feels like that was probably not like that wide of a disparity, like in terms of score-wise?
No, it wasn't. We were up a lot, but.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, but obviously you weren't expecting that in that moment at all?
No.
Did you have any warning that might happen that
Not
game?
really. I mean, it was kind of always going into the game that everybody's ready, but it's, especially you get monotonous. It's like, I haven't played one snap until the last game of the season, my freshman year, and I wasn't really expecting to play as a freshman. And then I finally get to go in the last game, and it was incredible.
You said you played receiver in high school. Like,
yeah.
I think you played some lacrosse too,
Mm-hmm.
is that right?
Yeah.
At what point do you shift from I'm kicking to help those things to like I'm a kicker?
Yeah, I mean, it was an interesting transition, especially you mentioned lacrosse. That was kind of my dream growing up. That's what I wanted to do. I loved lacrosse since I was, in third grade when I started playing. And that was a very interesting transition because I was seeing all of my dreams come true, but also not wanting to play lacrosse anymore because I realized that football is what I wanted to do and what I feel like I'm called to do. So it was super weird. I mean, I was on phone calls with Division I lacrosse coaches that I've been dreaming to talk to, and I felt myself like not interested. And I had to tell them like I don't want to play college lacrosse. I'm going to play football.
Was that something that you?
How about that? Until he talked about that, I knew just reading his bio that he had the interest in lacrosse, but I didn't realize that it was that significant for Gage. That like, hey, he could go do this, and now look at him here in line to be the starting kicker at Oregon for football. Pretty cool.
Well, to me, that football compared to lacrosse on the West Coast, football is.
It's king.
It's king.
No doubt.
He made the right decision.
I remember, though, vividly, remember Casey Rogers talking about, like, his dad was a lacrosse
coach?
Oh,
yeah.
He was here in the coach's show one night, and he was saying, like, no, it was all I ever was going to do, and then suddenly I got big.
Suddenly I got big. I love it.
And I could play football. It's like, yeah, I do remember that. Pretty cool. We're going to get timeout when we come back, getting ready for scrimmage 2 of fall camp. He's Jerry, I'm Joey. Back after this on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
As a local community credit union founded by teachers, OnPoint is committed to supporting the students and faculty at the University of Oregon. And on game day, we're right there with you, on the field, in the bleachers, and in the classrooms. Drop by one of your local branches today and discover the many ways OnPoint can help support your financial well-being. OnPoint Community Credit Union. People are the point. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
We know you turn to the Duck Store for all your game day needs, and for students at the University of Oregon, it's even more. Class supplies, jobs, a seat on our board, a place to take a quick coffee break. Because we're your student-first, non-profit college store, every purchase you make directly supports the very community we serve. From working in our counters to studying in the classroom, from directing our stores to cheering in the stands, the people we serve, the students, are the very people who are the Duck Store.
Don't go anywhere. Duck Insider continues after these messages on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
If a baby is giggling in the back seat, they're probably happy. If a baby is crying in the back seat, they're probably hungry. But if a baby is sleeping in the back seat, will you remember they're even there? When you're distracted, stressed, or not usually the one who drives them, the chances of forgetting them in the back seat are much higher. It can happen to anyone. Parked cars get hot fast and can be deadly. So get in the habit of checking the back seat when you leave. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Back with Jerry Icebath Allen. I'm Joey Mack in the Country Financial Studio.
I'm sort of looking forward to it, though. I'm going to get Jorge to wear a Speedo.
If I start, you know what? The river. Yeah, don't do that. The river.
He won't do it.
Though, with the beard that you've got going, the river is the right vibe. Like, I think you guys need to go, like, full-on fishing poles, just ready to be a mountain man with the river for a day. That's what we should do.
That's sort of
all in favor of an excursion. We'll have Scott and Harry do the show. We'll go out and just you can be a mountain man for a day.
You know, but that's Jorgie and I.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I'm an outdoor guy, fishing, hunting, getting in the water, getting all bloody and gory and messy and fish guts and all that.
Have you ever ice fished?
Yes.
That would be cool.
Oh, yeah. It's a little scary.
Out there on the frozen lake.
And you hear this crack and here, and yeah. But it's like, ice fishing is really cool.
See?
Literally. No, it's Diamond Lake, baby. Diamond Lake.
Here we go.
Yeah.
He's Jerry Allen.
We'll jump in the water up there.
That would
Crater Lake.
There you go. That's what you do.
Oh.
See, we can make a day of this. 10 seconds. Scrimmage 2. What are you looking for?
Food.
Flag on the play. Hey, next week, Jorgie will be here. I think. Practice continues. Talk to you Monday.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For